Hello everybody, what's going on? Welcome back to the latest 4K review from us here at Flick Direct, and for today's 4K review, I'm here to talk all about WandaVision The Complete Series in 4K. How cool is a steelbook design? I mean, just look at the artwork. I love the predominant color of red on this thing, but just look at how great this steelbook looks. And as I turn to their side, if you've seen the show, something I absolutely love about the back of the steelbook is how it presents going from the black and white to going to more of a color palette. The steelbook is really cool, but there's something a bit more I'll show you later on. But all that being said, let's get into, well, the review. WandaVision is an MCU Disney Plus show that came out, I believe, back in 2021, if I'm not mistaken, in which we follow Scarlet Witch, Wanda Maximoff, if you're trying to go through all the names, or alter egos of all the characters, and, well, Vision, portrayed by Elizabeth Olsen and Paul Bettany, as after the events of Avengers Endgame, this one actually taking place the earliest after the events of said film. Wanda Maximoff and Vision have moved into a brand new neighborhood in this place called Westview, and everything seems to be, happy-go-lucky in a brand new town until things seem to be as what they not seem to be. I know it's a very cryptic way of describing the plot of the show, but believe me, everybody, if you have not seen WandaVision, this is definitely a show that you need to go in only knowing very vague details. Out of all of the Disney Plus MCU shows, WandaVision still remains my favorite out of all the shows. Loki season 1 and 2 I thought were really good. Falcon the Winter Soldier I thought started off great, but ended off not too great. And I will say though, Moon Knight I thought was awesome. WandaVision was the one that not only started off on such an interesting note, but it ended on such an emotionally satisfying conclusion. Not only are the character arcs so well fleshed out, the performances are great, the writing was always on top, and not to mention as well, something in particular that I absolutely loved about WandaVision was showing that, knowing how this is filmed on TV, especially starting off in front of a live studio audience, and showing the progression of how TV was made, seeing how TV was made back in the 50s and 60s, showing the style of, let's say, shows like I Love Lucy, and then going forward into shows like, let's say, Bewitched, and then afterwards Malcolm in the Middle, Modern Family, Full House. I actually believe that WandaVision was the most big breath of fresh air that the MCU brought to us after Avengers Endgame came out. If you have not seen WandaVision, it's on Disney Plus, check it out. It is a brilliant piece of TV. It is that good. Getting into the audio and video quality, starting off with the video quality, WandaVision in 4K is actually presented in 3 different aspect ratios: 133:1, 185:1, and 239:1. As you all can imagine, WandaVision does start off in the 133:1 aspect ratio, and as the show evolves, it does slowly go into the 239:1 aspect ratio. One of my favorite aspects about WandaVision is how it showed essentially the evolution of how TV was made back in the day, filmed in front of a live studio audience with the black and white colors going into the much more Dolby Vision. WandaVision did such a great job of bringing you back into that era of TV before slowly progressing into more, which to say, a modern TV show. And I thought that WandaVision did such an amazing job at that. Something in particular that I didn't notice when it came to watching this on, let's say, the 4K disc was seeing how crystal clear the image quality gets as the episodes go on. When it came down to the first episode with the old 1950s, 1960s black and white, in which how it does look clear, looks really good, but going slowly into the episodes and how they progress, seeing how much more crystal clear the image quality gets, but then how it's showing the evolution of showing color coming into TV, it was really cool seeing essentially a wink and a nod from TV into the past while progressing into the future of TV making. Close-ups on characters' faces look terrific, and the fabric on characters, seeing Vision when he's in his outfit, a superhero outfit, seeing the close-ups and those details. Agatha, when you see certain aspects involving her character, looked great. You can tell that they really put in so much time and effort into making this show something truly unique and different, and it paid off and then some. Going on to the audio quality, WandaVision is actually in essentially 2 different tracks, but they evolve. Now, just bear with me when I say this. WandaVision actually starts off as a 2.0 track in the first episode, but how things slowly evolve if you're paying close attention and listening very, very carefully. This was such a cool eye for detail. As WandaVision starts off with the MCU intro, it starts off with that Dolby Atmos soundscape, and it slowly goes back to a mono track, which I thought was absolutely brilliant. How the show goes back from a mono track going slowly into a Dolby Atmos track, and I thought this was absolutely brilliant. And not to mention as well, guys, dialogue is crystal clear. The TV show's original score is also great. The TV show's action, when it does happen, also sounds terrific. The ambiance sounds great, whether it's the mono track, which just sounds so crystal clear, by the way, or the Dolby Atmos soundscape. Again, I was thoroughly blown away of how well done the audio quality goes. And if you're a big audio person like myself, this is something I thought was such a great eye for detail. Finally, moving on to the special featurettes, WandaVision comes with some cool featurettes. I mean, these are really cool. My favorite featurette of the show is essentially how the cast goes into how the show looks at how the show homages and pays tribute to the different eras of television. There is a great gag reel. I was laughing hysterically watching some deleted scenes. And there's another featurette called Assembled, the making of WandaVision. Believe me, guys, you're gonna want to watch these, especially if you're a huge TV fan. Watch the first one involving how they look at the eras of TV. It is so darn cool. One more thing I have to show you guys before I wrap things up, and that is within the WandaVision steelbook itself, and that is these 3 really cool cards inside of this thing. Now, first of which, you get an image of Wanda and Vision. This is one of the first I don't know if you guys can see that, but I'm going to do my best so that the light's not going too much into it. There's also another really cool one involving, looks like a marching band, a parade. I really liked this one. And spoiler alert for those of you who haven't seen the show, but, well, you know what? I'm not going to show this in case you haven't seen the show, but let's just say it involves Vision and a fight later on the show. I don't want to spoil it for you all, but let me just say this, what I'm looking at is really, really cool. All in all, what we have here is an absolutely terrific show, and easily without a doubt my favorite show of the MCU Disney Plus shows. And on top of all that, you have terrific video quality, incredible audio quality with some great featurettes. So simply put, guys, if you loved WandaVision, pick the show up. If you haven't seen the show, pick the show up. Just simply put, just pick the freaking show up. It's terrific. I hope you enjoyed my 4K review of WandaVision. If so, please hit that like button, also share, and don't forget the subscribe button and the notification bell if our latest 4K review goes live. If you guys want to see our previous 2 4K reviews, please click it right there or right there. And of course, until our next 4K review goes live, we'll see y'all next time. Have a wonderful day, everyone. Hit like, smash subscribe, and get notified for when our reviews, interviews, and news go live.